He wants to kill me. He wants to kill my children.
An average of 100 women and children every year are still being murdered.
By her ex-partner in February 2014.
Australian women have had enough.
That's like almost a state of hidden civil war that's going on in Australia.
Stabbed 56 times.
Sick of waiting to become a statistic.
Basically, they are paying the price for their partner's violence.
Court orders to protect victims are being breached time and time again.
They're getting bail and they're walking these streets.
As extra protections are brought in to try and keep these women safe from harm.
Central Monitoring Services, this call is recorded. Do you require the police?
The companionship was nice, and to have someone kind of talk to me about how my day was. And
how were the boys with him?
They loved him.
Lizette Christie's first impressions of Maxom Peremai were nothing but positive. He'd only been in Australia for 6 months on a resident visa from Papua New Guinea when they began their relationship. But after a short period of time, and after having too much to drink, she claims he turned violent.
It was only about a month in.
And what happened?
He smashed glass open me and my children.
Lizette went straight to the police and an urgent AVO was put in place. Maxom was released on bail the very same day.
And he was on my doorstep within half an hour. He was there that quickly, and that should have been their first telltale sign that he wasn't going to stop.
In the coming weeks, Lizette claims she was bombarded with calls and text messages from him, and so were her family and friends.
The police came out to the house, they took photos of the messages that he'd sent me. They arrested him for breach of AVO and released him again that day.
They released him again on the exact same day?
He wasn't held for court or anything. He was released on that day.
Lizette was stuck on the merry-go-round that domestic violence victims fear. It seems that the AVO wasn't worth the paper it was written on. It was merely a ticket for Maxom to keep terrorising her. One evening, 3 weeks after she left him, she was at a friend's house when she received a phone call from a neighbour telling her the police were outside her home.
I arrived there and he was being arrested in the backyard. He'd broken into my house. Set fire to my kitchen, urinated on my kid's bed. There was blood everywhere.
You do realise that you were very lucky to not be home?
If I was home, I believe he came there with the intent to kill us.
Even that final appearance on Lizette's doorstep was still not enough to see Maxom locked up. He's been charged with breaching a DVO, break and enter, and intentionally or recklessly destroying a property. He's out on bail, still waiting for his day in court. As for Lizette, she's not hanging round to see if he returns to her home.
We're moving miles away. We've had to pull my children out of school. We've changed states. We're gone.
AVOs and DVOs don't always protect the person that they're supposed to keep safe.
I'm in Parliament House and we're just doing this for the purposes of testing the equipment. So
Prue Goward is the New South Wales Minister for the Prevention of Domestic Violence, the first dedicated minister to such a portfolio in Australia.
This is very early stages for us, but I can say where they've been used elsewhere, an enormous improvement in safety.
She says the current Staying Home Leaving Violence program offers crucial services to women and children affected by domestic violence, including setting up safe and secure housing with cameras and lighting, GPS monitoring of perpetrators and panic buttons, just like this one.
And it's very simple, just push it. When you see the arrows, then you know it's connecting. The woman knows that it's working because it's vibrating. And in a minute, it's going to ask me if I'm okay.
Okay.
And it will know my location because it's very good GPS.
Suzette, you need the police? Okay, I'm sending the police now for you.
So what do they have in the database?
So the monitoring people know quite a lot about what situation they're going to walk into, what sort of weapons he's likely to have, where she is likely to be in case the GPS is not as precise as it should be, and that just means the system works better and more accurately.
The perpetrator's name is John Matthews. Weapons of choice I do have is firearms. Drug of choice is ice.
99% of women who are part of this program say they feel safe. That's wonderful.
And it's not just that I've grown up here. My children have a life here. My children have their family here.
Lizette is taking no chances. She's seen on social media that Maxom is out enjoying life. He posted this in a local nightclub just last weekend. And even in the last few days, he's still been texting her. She's sadly afraid about what will have to happen before he's locked up.
I will die, my children will die, and that's when something will be done. That is so wrong.